I've got friends and family that are vehemently opposed to this.
I've been called many things, but weak is not one of them.
I'm sure I'm probably hurting a lot of feelings.
You're seeing debate, uncomfortable debate in a very challenging situation in our community.
Look what we got. You're all complaining about it. We have nothing.
Hi there, I'm Brooks Gibbs, a resident of Clearwater, Florida. What you just saw was the City Council arguing over a controversial plan that involves the Church of Scientology. I was in that room that day, and it was packed with people who were against the city selling more property to the church that already owns most of downtown. The entire room was heated.
Vacant storefronts downtown, a lack of mom and pop shops. Those are just a few of the concerns that citizens brought up tonight at a Clearwater City Council meeting. They were there, though, to talk about one thing mainly. They were speaking out against the city possibly selling a public street to the Church of Scientology. Fox 13's Brianna Arredondo takes us to that meeting.
The city held a public hearing Thursday night on selling South Garden Avenue between Court Street and Franklin Street to the Church of Scientology for $1.375 million. The church expressed to the city that they want to close that street, but dozens of residents packed the council chambers arguing against the sale. They say the church owning more property contributes to the dwindling businesses downtown.
But the sale doesn't reflect community need. It reflects the wants of a powerful organization that already controls too much of our city center. We deserve better.
Because if we lose this piece of city in silence, we lose the rest of it the same way, like we have been losing it.
Once again, Scientology wants to take another piece of Clearwater, as if they don't have enough already, and bring it under their control.
So how did this street come up for sale? Well, I'll tell you. David Miscavige, the leader of Scientology, negotiated with the city of Clearwater to purchase Garden Avenue. This street is in front of their flag building. Through strategic negotiations over the last year, Miscavige secured the 3 votes that he needed from the city council to push the sale through. None of this was public knowledge. As required by law, the city had to make a public announcement about the sale of the property and invite competing proposals before the sale was final. But here's the problem. The city did not post a sign on the actual property, nor did they post anything about it on their website. Instead, they posted the announcement in a Tampa newspaper, which requires a subscription to access. Therefore, most Clearwater residents were completely unaware. Now, this strategy of buying up properties outside the public knowledge is exactly how Scientology and their partners have secretly secured over 75% of downtown Clearwater, leaving most of the properties empty and undeveloped. And just days before a vote was about to take place, my friends and I became aware of this transaction and rallied together to design an alternative proposal. We wanted the property to be something that all of Clearwater could use, and our design kept the street intact, but added a very special memorial park, a place for us to remember what Clearwater used to be, a memorial garden on Garden Avenue, a symbolic stake in the ground stating that this is our land too. With only 1 hour left before the deadline, I personally delivered this proposal to the city manager. And this is what happened.
I'm Kelly Meyer. I apologize. We're unclear of the procedures and just wanted to make everyone aware, if you're not, that there's an alternative proposal, but we're not sure when in the process we'll be able to present that alternative.
If there's no objection, I think we go ahead and, if someone has a proposal to present, I think we should go ahead and, any objection from any other council members? So, Kelly, whoever has the proposal, would you like to present now?
Hey, thank you for your service. I'm Brooks Gibbs, a Clearwater resident. March 17th, there was a woman by the name of Miss Barbara Love. She runs the a wonderful little organization called the Clearwater African American Foundation. And she had said, and made it into the paper, and that's how I heard about it, that she would love to see the city dedicate some space to honor the African American heritage that's there.
My name is Barbara Sori Love, and I know many of you on the dais. And I'm here speaking on behalf of the Clearwater African American Foundation, and our purpose and our mission is to honor, promote, memorialize African American landmarks, foundations, and land sites. Back in the day, Garden Avenue was one of 3 major African American communities here in Clearwater.
There's this forgotten area that no one seems to talk about called the Garden.
Right.
And here we are on the Garden Avenue.
Right.
And if you just continued up the street, there was a vibrant black community that not only lived, but worked and operated and helped really be the founding fathers and mothers of what we know as Clearwater today. Why is this spot so important?
Garden Avenue is the 3rd community that is basically erased, the original Garden Avenue.
I see something happening here for the Clearwater citizens, that there's a Church of Scientology that is literally doing the same thing, taking over now 75% of the properties here in downtown, over $1 billion of holdings, and it's not what the city used to be.
It will be an honor to really look at what can you do in the reimagining of Clearwater's African American history and memorialize the African American presence that was once thriving on Garden Avenue.
To me, it would be better suited in another location, not this location.
You know, why are we not doing this in the Greenwood area? You know, that it seems like it's the optimal place to put it.
My son, who's 18 years old, became enraged because he says, this is modern day segregation.
Absolutely.
Are we saying that the African American community who worked here, who lived here, who had literally a community called The Garden on Garden Avenue, have no stake or claim to this property anymore? How does it feel when you hear council people, the members of the council, say such a thing and say, we'll give you your park, but you got to have it across town where it's impoverished?
Well, what I will say to the council persons who said that you don't know the history of Clearwater. You don't know the history of Garden Avenue. All we have left, mostly, is our memories. I don't think that is asking too much for a people that has been here over 200 years in Clearwater.
You know, I was blindsided by this an hour and a half, well, now 4 hours ago. I haven't seen this before, so, you know, but as far as the city attorney says, they got it in on time, right? They got it in today. So my 30-day extension is for this, to get more information on this, and then maybe we have that as an agenda item, we talk about it, vote it up or down.
It is just giving the citizens a chance to respond, and I want to do that respectfully.
The motion is to postpone for 30 days, at least 30 days to the next meeting, which would be May 15th.
May 15th.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
We were thrilled that the city council delayed the decision to sell the street to Scientology and give us a chance to improve our proposal, negotiate with the city, and rally thousands of supporters who want to see us win. This is the first time in years that someone has been able to challenge Scientology's dominance. The odds of winning, of course, are against us, but with your help, I believe we can win. All we need is 3 votes to save the garden.
What you could do for the black community, what you could do for the city of Clearwater, it's a win-win situation. And if it's money, we can raise that money.
I think we can stand in solidarity using this piece of property as symbolism to say, you know what, no, it's not okay. Just because you have money, just because you have political influence, doesn't mean you can erase our history. So don't you see this as a united effort to be a symbolic picture of Clearwater is not going to give up every inch of its territory?
I agree with you. Garden Avenue is David. And we know the story of David. David slew the giant.
Imagine for a minute if they did decide to go this other direction and create this memorial and have a space dedicated to Black Americans in Clearwater.
Now you're feeling what African Americans felt when we first came to Florida or Clearwater, and we were thriving and vibrant, and then we were being pushed out, and now it seems like you're being pushed out. The city of Clearwater is being pushed out, but don't be afraid to say no. No, no.